I thought it'd be a good idea to do a quick video showing you how you check what firmware level is available on U controllers and how to install it and where to find it. So basically, if you just start off on Google and type in Weidmuller support, then you want to go to this site, Weidmuller Support Center. You should go to My Support here and register if you've not already registered. Once you've registered, which is free for anyone to use, log in. I have multiple tenants, you probably would have one, so continue with selected tenant. And then in here type what you want to find, so keep it simple, M3000, and I get 86 results. Well, I want to just look at firmware, so I can use these filters down here and select firmware, and you can see here 2.10, 2.11, etc. And so it looks like the latest one is 2.13, dated the 9th of January 2025, so it's literally a month old. So if I go to the web server of the controller, I have 2.11, so it is a little bit old, bearing in mind this controller was only purchased in the last month. So always worth checking if there's a later version on the support site. So if I go back to the support site tab I've got open, and if you go to 2.13 as of February 2025, it's the latest version, click download, and that will download onto your PC. It will download a zip file. I've moved the zip file into a folder on my PC, so there's the zip file. If you click on that, you've got the firmware for M3000, M4000. It's the same exact firmware. The only difference is the physical hardware. The M4000 has more memory on board and more Ethernet ports, but it's the same firmware. And then you have a supported modules list for both controllers and release notes for the firmware version. So supported modules is extremely important. You look at that to make sure the modules you're selecting are compatible with the controller, and the release notes just make you aware of any bugs or fixes. Okay, so there's the firmware file, the .swu file. So all I do now is go back to the web server, go to UOS Control Center, go to Software and Updates, and there again 2.11, update and install. And now you drag the file across, so just open the location where you downloaded the zip file and drag that in. And this is going to take several minutes, so I'm going to jump ahead and we'll continue. So if you go to messages, you can see a log of what's happening. You don't really need to look at that, to be honest. You can see the progress bar. And once it goes through the installation, so that's downloading it. Once it's installing it, you'll see this expand. So I'll just leave it running and I'll speed it up for you. Okay, so it's taken the best part of 10 minutes to install, so don't expect it to happen in a hurry. Okay, so that's finished, and now it has to do a restart. So you lose connection while it does a restart. What I normally do here now is go to the address banner and just remove update, reconnect. Controller's rebooting now, it's got new firmware, so that might take a minute or so. I'm just physically looking at the controller and the power LED has gone off. So as soon as I see the power LED back on, which is now the firmware's installed, so let's try reload. Yeah, so the firmware's installed, but it's still, the whole system is still rebooting. Yeah, the power LED has gone off again. Power LED is back on. Let's try reload again. What you have to bear in mind is it is a Linux operating system on the controller, and then there's UOS Code Assist sitting on top of that. That's why it takes a bit longer than a conventional PLC to start. Successfully updated to 2.13. If I go to the UOS Control Center and go to Apps, if you remember in the previous video I installed Node-RED app, so Node-RED should be here. Updating the firmware shouldn't really have any effect on the versions of the apps you've got installed. I just want to check that the app is still there and okay. Okay, I'm happy that's okay. As you may have seen in the previous video, it's recognised Node-RED, but Node-RED in itself is quite a heavy app, so that again takes a minute or two to actually get running. But I'm happy that's all working fine. Didn't want to make this video too long. That should guide you to how you update the firmware on a U control. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more videos on the M3000 range. Thank you.